Former President Trump and his allies digging in on the big lie. So how are Republicans who don't support the former president feeling as democracy slides towards the brink? I want to bring in now former Republican governor of New Jersey, Christine Todd Whitman. Governor, good evening to you. Appreciate you joining us. So tonight, a source is confirming to CNN that the National Republican Congressional Committee sent a text to donors calling them traitors for not donating enough money to the GOP. It also said, "You abandoned Trump. This is your final chance to prove your loyalty or be branded a deserter." What's your reaction to this? It's an outrageous message coming from your party.
It really is. And all it does is speak to the fact that they're struggling, that the Trump brand is finally wearing thin with the majority of the American people, which is why the Renew America movement is gaining such interest. When we talk about the fact that we need to start to support those candidates who have pushed back against the big lie, those representatives who have had the courage to stand up, whether they be Republican or Democrat, that Republicans have to think about voting for a Democrat if their choice is a radical right Republican or a centrist Democrat, and Democrats need to think about voting for a Republican if their choices are between a far left Democrat and a centrist Republican, because we need to get people back in the center who makes sense. This is ridiculous. We're getting to a point where we're acting like a third world country, and that kind of tactic of you're going to be a traitor if you don't give more money is just outrageous. It really is.
You have been critical of the party and the former president. And in a piece for the New York Times with Miles Taylor, this is what you write in part. You said, "The best hope for the rational remnants of the Republican Party is for us to form an alliance with Democrats to defend American institutions, defeat far-right candidates, and elect honorable representatives next year, including a strong contingent of moderate Democrats." You just conveyed similar sentiment in the statement in your answer before, but you're not talking about just supporting Democrats. You lay out a goal to prevent the GOP from taking the House in 2022.
Yes, we do, because we don't think that Kevin McCarthy, if the Republicans get the House back, that Kevin McCarthy is going to stand up to Trump. He's already shown that he's an acolyte. And I'm afraid with the candidates, if we can't get some sensible Republican candidates through primaries, right now what we publish a list of those who are incumbents who need support and who should get support, where we think we can make a difference on both sides of the aisle. We will be doing it again for challengers. But if the Republicans win with the kinds of Marjorie Taylor Greene type of representatives, we know where Kevin McCarthy is going to go with that, and they don't deserve to be able to control that branch of government. They don't deserve to be in government, frankly, when you're somebody who keeps talking about these outrageous conspiracy theories. And the thing that's so worrying is that this challenge for the 2020 election, which was free, fair, safe, and accurate, and over 60 court cases heard by judges, even some appointed by Trump, who have said there's no there. There was no large amount of
fraud,
playing with ballots. There was no fraud. It just wasn't there. Mm-hmm. And but still they do that, and that is to set up an ability to question the results in 2022 or 2024 if they don't like the outcome. And that's just not where we are. Usually, the elections are hard fought, and people care a lot. I get that. I've been through them, and I've lost some and won some, most. But, you concede. If you lose, you concede, and you move on. That's the way we do it in our democracy. But this group they're acolytes. Yeah. It's not a party anymore.
Well, I hope that the members of your party, and I hope the Democrats are listening to you as well. And I encourage everyone to read the piece in the New York Times with Miles Taylor. Governor Christine Todd Whitman, we appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Today would have been George Floyd's 48th birthday. His brother is here to talk about his legacy, and he has a message for lawmakers in Washington.